Good morning. I want to talk with you this morning about caring. The title of my devotional is A New Look at Jesus Caring. One of the questions we need to ask about any leader is, how much does he or she care about people? How does he or she demonstrate their caring for individuals? Individuals who may look a little different than they, who may speak a little different, who may act a little different. Does our caring reach only to those that like us, or does the caring reach out to everyone? I wish we had some little video of Jesus in some of his caring acts and times. I can imagine him looking at someone, knowing deeply within himself that this person had some difficulties, some medical problems, and saying to himself, I can help this person, and saying, I'm going to help this person. So it's not only Jesus' recognition of the need, but it's also, and isn't this the case at point? It's also, I will meet this person's need. When I look at the ministry of Jesus, I am amazed at the number of times that he uses his powers to heal persons. Of course, one of the best tests we use to evaluate a leader is, how does he use his power? A quick read of the Gospels will give the reports of many of Jesus' healings, probably not all of them. I hesitate to use the word miracle because in the Greek language there is no word for miracle. In his wonderful little book, The Miracles of Christ, David Redding calls our attention to the 4 Greek words that are used to describe and define Jesus' healing power. Let me read a section from David Redding's book. What we commonly call miracles are, in the sacred scriptures, termed sometimes wonders, terapata, sometimes signs, semia, sometimes powers, dunamis, sometimes simply works, ergo. It is very significant that in the New Testament, the word wonder is never written alone, but always with the words signs or powers. Christ's miracles are not isolated bits of idle magic to show him off. They are always answers to prayers. They are stunning illustrations in real life which flower from faith in the life-giving finger of God. All of Christ's miracles are spectacular, instantaneous, visible thrills, but the astounding wonder is the way they always go hand in hand with good deeds, like a legible crown to his compassion. I see Jesus in that way. One of the reasons that I hesitate to use the word miracle is because I think it calls attention to Jesus as a worker of miracles. And I'm not sure that Jesus really intended to be known in that specific way. I feel strongly that Jesus wanted his followers to focus primarily on what has been done and what had been done to help this person to be whole again. Jesus had a tremendous emphasis on wholeness and integrity. Seeing a person with very special problems, Jesus uses his power to meet that specific individual's need. His power to heal was always directed particularly for that person, resulted in our seeing a Christ who knows us as unique, specific, individual human beings, and he cares for us in this very special and individual way. Yes, I know God loves the world, but we have to personalize God's love in such a way as we recognize his love for every person in the world, each and every person. One of the most unusual healings reported by the Gospels, Jesus points out a new and different way of seeing the connection between sin and sickness, between evil and consequence. In John 9:1 and following, the disciples ask a most interesting and very significant question regarding the blindness of a man who had been born blind from birth. Rabbi, why was this man born blind? Was it because of his sin, his own sins, or his parents' sins? Such a very, very important way of asking a question. Jesus' answer desperately needs to be heard by each one of us. Jesus says, it was not because of his sins or his parents' sins. Will you hear that? Hear that strongly? This is a very, very important statement. God was punishing if God was punishing persons for their sins, making them ill or diseased or blind or whatever, what we are faced with is a Christ who goes about his ministry and his mission of healing, undoing God's punishment. No, he does not punish us. Sin and suffering, they may be in the outside realm related, but listen to what Jesus says. Neither this man nor his parents sinned. We come back to, again and again, the fundamental and central question of any religion, including Christianity, and that question is, what kind of a God do I have? I invite each of you to see Jesus as a person who both has the power and uses his power to cure and to care through healing. In John 14, verses 15 and 16, Jesus declares, if you love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he will give you another helper, that he may abide with you forever. Remember, Jesus left us, but he gave us another helper to be with us, and that's one of his promises. And I hope you realize that promise is to you individually, as well as to every other person. Let me be clear. Jesus still cares about each one of us individually and personally, and he will be our helper in time of need, just as he was doing this during his earthly ministry. Do you have a picture of Jesus caring? Do you believe in Jesus as a carer? I invite you to have faith in this caring Jesus, who is pictured in this wonderful, healing, caring, loving way through the pages of our Gospels. Hear him, see him. Let yourself know that he is a caring Jesus Christ.